The Warrior and the Sorceress, 1984, is a low-budget sword and sorcery fantasy flick that's equal parts cheesy action, desert landscapes, and 80s B-movie sleaze. Directed by John C. Broderick and starring David Carradine as Cain, a wandering, world-weary warrior. The movie also features Maria Sorceress as Naja, the film's memorable topless sorceress. The plot? It's a straight-up reimagining of Akira Kurosawa's Yojimbo, by way of Conan, a fistful of dollars, and a dash of Star Wars weirdness. On the sunburnt planet of Ura, two rival warlords fight over the only well in the village of Yamata. Cain, last of the mercenary Homerax, strolls in and immediately starts playing both sides for profit. There's also Naja, who's being forced to forge a magic sword. And yes, she spends a lot of the movie topless. Visually, it's a mishmash of sandy Argentine landscapes. Shout out to the stunning Valle de la Luna, and rickety sets left over from other Corman productions. The effects are cheap but do the job, and the whole thing has a rowdy grindhouse vibe that B-movie fans love. Most critics panned it for shoddy action and hilariously over-the-top acting, but Carradine brings some old-school gravitas, and there's enough exploitation weirdness to keep you entertained or rolling your eyes. As for how and why this movie exists, Roger Corman cranked out a bunch of these sword and sandals adventures in the 80s, filming in Argentina to save money and reuse props. Rumor has it the budget was under $1 million, maybe even as low as $80,000, with resources cobbled together from whatever was lying around. Fantasy illustrator William Stout actually wrote the original script and concept art, but the director changed a ton of it and tried to leave Stout's name off. Corman's lawyers sorted that out. David Carradine managed to break his hand before filming, so he fought left-handed while rocking a snazzy black glove. Performance-wise, Carradine is the best thing here. He's got that Zen warrior lethargy down pat, even if he's clearly too good for this. Sorceress owns her part despite the costume, or lack thereof, and Broderick's reported obsession with nudity. When it hit theaters, The Warrior and the Sorceress made around $2.9 million and split critics right down the middle. Some called it a sleazy Yojimbo knockoff, others praised it for having exactly the right amount of cheap thrills. Today, it's got a low IMDb score, but a loyal following from fans of 80s cheese, Roger Corman, and sword and sorcery gone wild. Bottom line, The Warrior and the Sorceress is classic Corman. Trashy, derivative, and totally unpretentious. Subscribe to Movies of the 80s on Substack for 80s movie history stories and reviews. Check out our companion trivia article, 10 Things to Know About Warrior and the Sorceress, on Movies of the 80s on Vocal. Link in the description. And subscribe Movies of the 80s here on YouTube for daily 80s movie profiles.